Johnny stepping in for irishboxing.com with Carl Frampton's trainer Shane McGuigan. 3 days done now of press tour. How are you feeling?
Glad to have the final day in Belfast. I don't think we'll see each other now until there might be a little face-to-face or whatever for Sky, but we won't have a press conference until the last week of fight.
Was it deliberate sort of to have it in Belfast, sort of finish on a?
Well, obviously the first day was in London, the second day was in Manchester. They knew they weren't going to get a big crowd in Manchester, so why not finish it with a bang? So we came over to Europe in Belfast, and I wasn't even expecting that. It was crazy.
And what does it mean to you, even then, just the reception you get as well here?
Oh, big, it's really, it's great. It's great. Obviously I did a bit of boxing back here when I was an amateur, and they've always taken to shine to me. They've always come and supported me. I'm obviously not from here. I speak with an English accent, but they get behind me and it's shown me so much positive love, and it's great. And obviously I've been with Carl since the early start, so I think they're good people here. They see loyalty, they see trust in people, and a family team, and that's what we've got in Frampton, and team cycling.
Yeah, and then just now that the press day is done, and what way do you work camp? Where does it start from here? And
we started camp 2 weeks ago. As soon as the fight was signed, just like camp. Carl obviously doesn't have the luxury of Scott Quigg being only half an hour away from Joe Gallagher's gym. He's obviously got to go away from his family and take himself out of this comfort of being at home. And that's genuine dedication, that's genuine fuel for the fight. So it's going to be a long camp, so we're going to stage it so he trains the majority of his camp. He takes a little bit of downtime over Christmas, and then the real heavy stuff starts after Christmas.
And is that due to the issues maybe of the Granada or the Gonzalez Jr. fight, or
with the weight, or
or is it just he likes a long camp anyway? Does he?
Likes a long camp, likes to spar long rounds, like to ease him in. Do you know one of the problems with short camps is that people crash it. They crash their weight, they crash their sparring, they try and get all their sparring crammed into 3 or 4 weeks. It's silly, Anyone that knows boxing knows after a spar your neck's a bit sore, your hands are a bit sore. If you spar on the Monday and you're not ready to spar on the Wednesday, and you miss the Wednesday and you still get a spar on the Friday, you still get the rounds. If you leave it to the last minute and you spar on the Monday, and you're not ready to spar for another week, you're losing valuable time. So that's why we have the long camp.
And then can you sort of break down the fight and how you see it going for us?
I think not going to give away any plans, but I think it's going to be an interesting fight. I think Carl's going to come out with a win. Whether he knocks him out or not, I'm not sure. Just depends how brave Quigg is. The braver he gets, the more he's going to, the higher the percentage, or the higher the chances of Carl knocking Quigg out. Because he'll definitely be down after a few rounds and start rushing his work. And it's no secret. If he stands off, Frampton is getting beat to the punch every single time. So he's going to have to try and rush him. It just depends when he wants to try that.
And then if they've been talking about making a big thing of the Kiko fight, with the trainers, can you break out the differences in the performance, or what?
I've said it so many times. Carl Frampton versus Kiko Martinez, the first fight, he genuinely believed he was going to knock Carl out. And I remember Kiko said to us, he actually fought down in Dublin in one of the shows, and he says to Carl, before he went, "You've got a square chin." He went, "You take a good shot." He went, "Scott Quigg," he went, "Pointy chin." Whether that's got anything behind it or not, I'm not sure. But Scott can definitely take a shot because he's got to award the title. But I just think, I think they're reading into that Kiko fight a lot. They keep saying, "Oh, who have you fought?" Carl's had 21 fights. He's fought Chris Avalos, who's fought for a world title, lost in a split decision. He fought Steve Molitor, who was a 2-time world champion. He's fought Kiko Martinez, who was European champion a handful of times and won the world title straight after Carl.
Defended it abroad as well.
Defended it abroad, Japan, defended it a few times, knocked every one of his defences out. He was coming off a really good. Boxing's all about confidence. Coming off a confidence streak, and he was high, coming into the fights every time he fought Carl, and Carl just managed to.
And then another thing people have been saying is that Carl probably needs to sort of, well, or not even needs, but it helps him to have the fan back into that buzz of fight week with the fans, and
he does it. I'm not gonna lie, he needs that. with the Heyman thing, everything was rushed. You know, the fight was assigned. I mean, honestly, he didn't come back into camp about 5 weeks out from the fight because we didn't know whether the fight was going to happen, and that's just the way they do it. I kept saying, look, let's keep preparing, but obviously he's away from his family for a long time. Did the majority of his training beforehand. We're having a bit of blips to the contracts and stuff, and 5 weeks before the fight was supposed to be in New York, and then it got changed to El Paso, so the fans weren't going to go and travel there. And that's definitely one of the.
Will you feed into that in this fight then? As a trainer, will you try and use it?
I mean, he's one of these guys. He performs on the occasion. He's a star. That's what it is. He rises to the occasion. He's a built top, and that's why he's here. I mean, Scott Quigg's been on undercards his whole career. I mean, he fought once on a hat promotion in the build top against Jason Booth, which is his best performance. British title level, and. The thing is that Carl's used to these big occasions. Quigg's only boxed once when he was actually under the lights, genuinely like real big fan base, and that was his last fight against Kiko, and he performed well, but he didn't have the best fight.
And you think that sort of make a difference to the experience of the big night as well?
I think this experience is what Carl thrives on. And Manchester won't get behind Quigg the same way Belfast get behind Carl. No matter, even the last week before a press conference, these guys are all going to be over there supporting him and cheering him on. And he's in for a rough night in his hometown.
Lovely. And just quickly to ask you about Melly and Cummins this weekend. It's a good fight, and
definitely great fight.
Your thoughts on that fight?
I think it's going to be an exciting fight. I think Conrad's trained extremely hard. I've been on the phone to him all week. Obviously, the last week of the camp, he's tapering down anyway. So he weighs in tomorrow. I think it's going to be the first of many titles for the lad. He's a great guy to have around the gym. He's the hardest worker in the gym. He just trains like non-stop. And obviously what he lacks a little bit in skill or whatever, he makes up for in work ethic. And it's going to be an exciting fight. I think Mile's going to really come to have a tear up with him. Whether he comes to have a tear up or box, I think he's in for a hard night himself.
And was the sort of the top press behind now's the time for to get him a test, or
I think
is it just
at this stage? The thing is whether we wait too long for Mile. I mean, I don't think he struggled a little bit against Lee Pagan in his last fight. I don't think he's going to go on to British or European level, and I think this is why wait till he gets beaten? Why not have a fight about beatings? I think Conrad's going to go on to bigger things, and it'll be a great fight for the fans. And we're trying to provide good boxing for the fans, and that's what the likes of Eddie Hearn doesn't do, because he's got the pay-per-view platform. He wants to keep everyone unbeaten to build them up for big paydays.
Lovely. And just one final question, David Hay.
Yeah.
You're working with him, and
I've been working with him for the last 2 months, and he's a pleasure to work with.
Is he good to have around the camp?
Really good. He's helped out Conrad a lot. He's been watching him sparring, and he's a great guy.
And is he going to fight again?
Definitely fighting again.
And you're going to be doing this corner?
Yes.
Personally, that's another massive achievement for yourself, I suppose, like the former world heavyweight champion.
Cruiserweight and heavyweight champion. It's a massive statement. And it shows what kind of respect he has for me. I mean, obviously he's 8 years older than me as well, so that's another bit of controversy. But he's been in and around camp. He gelled with me. He was pretty much set to train with Ismail Salat, Gamboa's old coach, and obviously he split with Adam. But we started working together. We gelled really well, and so it's exciting times. But there's more to come from that.
All right, lovely. Well, best of luck with that.
Right,
Thanks, man. Thanks.